Thank you for joining us in this program. Coffee with Charles is back to you today. And I'm joined by my very good friend, Pastor Jomba. Karibu sana.
Thank you very much.
And Pastor Jomba's wife, Joy. Karibu sana.
Thank you.
We are going to have a conversation about marriage today, and we are glad that they will be speaking to tell us what they have been encountering in their marriage and how they met. We'll get into all that. But before we do that, I always like to start with a question. And somebody has asked this question. Hi, Charles. I've been in a marriage for 5 years, and it seems these years were good, but of late things have been difficult. My husband lost his job, and he has become absent, withdrawn, and this has affected our marriage. I'm also not working, and so this has made things difficult. What can I do? So we always begin these conversations to help you if you are down in that situation like this lady has written. And one of the things I was thinking is that life today can change. At any time, life can change. Well, this is about money, but even health, accidents, death. There are scenarios in a marriage that we don't anticipate. And at times they can change and leave us in a place where we are feeling like vulnerable, we don't know what to do. Now this guy is absent, he's withdrawn, he's going through a lot of issues. Why? Because he lost his job. So at times I like to ask ourselves, would we as a couple, and I'll also be asking Pastor Jomba and Joy, maybe to sit down and see the future and say, what if this happened? What would we do different? I know at times you don't like having that conversation because you don't want to see things that way. But they do happen. Today, the economy is that a lot of people are losing their jobs. A lot of people are feeling like they are already caught up in this mess that is an economy in this country. And the dollar issue is going up and the shilling weakening. There are things that happen. People are being laid off. So the wife is not working, is not working. What happens? So I would advise, would you sit down, have a conversation, and don't allow circumstances to dictate your marriage. Because they'll come. They'll come. Hii hata ni mzuri, this is a loss of a job. What about a loss of a life? How did it have been? So Jomba, some of these things, miangalia, is that maybe a couple need to sit down and talk and say, what if you lost your job?
Yeah.
What would you do? What if Kenya tuamke kesho tunaambiwa, there's a war, what do we do? Scenarios like that we may not tell the future, but at times we fikiria tujipange tu mapema.
Yeah.
So what would you want to advise that situation, or what is happening in that family?
Yeah. First, thank you for welcoming us in your show.
Karibu.
Such a privilege. That's a very good question, and it's a question that it's difficult to answer, but at the same time, if you approach it in the context of love, you'll be able to probably see it maybe differently. For me, I'll say one of the reasons why I married my wife, it was not just because of what she had or what I had. It is the love that brought us together.
Yes.
And love is a choice. It's a choice that you make. And when we were making our vows, when we were getting married, especially that phrase, for better and for worse, we made those vows knowing that life will not just be smooth at every time. So for me, I can approach it first in the context of love. It is the choice that I made, and then second, life does not give us every time what we need or what we want. Sometimes things don't go our way. So you remember why did you get into marriage?
Exactly.
The commitment. It is the commitment that brought you there.
Exactly.
And maybe to answer it again in a different way, you can have money but don't have that love.
Yes.
You can have that job and you don't have that love. So you should look at it probably, or that person should look at it in a different way and say, the reason I got married was because of love. And because I got married because of love, I made a commitment to be with this person in good times and in bad times. But after that, they can talk and see how they can adjust.
Exactly.
Yeah.
very, very, very good because it's love
Yeah.
was a initial concept,
Yeah.
and problems come, problems will go.
Oh, yeah.
So if money is the issue and somebody already has gone, it wasn't then really.
Yeah.
Yeah, Joy, what do you think?
I'd say life happens.
Yes.
And we should always live like, we don't know what tomorrow will bring. And that one will always prepare us like, this may happen, this may not happen. And so we are ready for whatever may happen. So we should always foresee, or not really foresee, like be prepared. What if you die? What if you lose your job? What may happen to me? Will it be the end of me? Will we part ways? So life happens. That's
Yes.
what I would tell that person. And they should just, when it has happened, just know, how do I move on now?
Exactly.
How do I carry on from here now? Because we can't remain on what has happened. We have to move on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So, you guys, you heard that. So, if you're watching and you sit down and talk, remember it's a base, a foundation of love and not circumstances. Because this time is a job. Next time we don't know what it will be. But if you have a strong foundation, you can weather that out of love. So, we are going to be back after a short break. This is Coffee with Charles, and I have my guests, as I say, Pastor Jomba and Joy. We'll be getting to their lives right after this. So take a break, and we'll be back.
Now, even in class, you ask any question like, "Nashanga huyu." It's self-explanatory. So why do you have to talk?
Yeah.
A voice, and I believe that was the voice of the Holy Spirit that whispered to me and told me, that will be your wife.
Welcome back to Coffee with Charles. We are here, as I said before, with Pastor Jomba. Karibu and Joy.
Thank you.
These guys, how long have you been married? This is
This year is our 5th year.
5th year. Oh,
Yeah.
you're like this couple I was talking about.
Yeah.
So, tuanzeni, so how did you guys meet? It's always interesting to hear how people met. So, how did you guys meet?
So I don't know if my wife will give me the permission to start. Or she
You
can.
can.
Okay.
So we met at college
Okay.
when we were doing a theology.
Mm-hmm.
So we were classmates, and my wife used to sit in front. I used
Okay.
to sit at the back.
Okay.
And we never used to have a lot of conversation. But once in a while, I will say hi to her.
Mm-hmm.
And since she was a librarian in college, most of the time I'll greet her when I'm going to either borrow books. That's the time we used to interact a lot.
Okay.
But one time, she came late, not late, but she came almost the last person in the class before the lecturer came. And when she just came in, I just saw her differently.
Yes.
And when I saw her differently, a voice, and I believe that was the voice of the Holy Spirit, that whispered to me and told me, that will be your wife.
Wow.
And from that day, I started finding ways of how I can pursue her.
Okay.
Maybe get to talk more to her, and we find a common ground where we can be.
Oh.
That's how we met, and the rest is history. Maybe.
Yeah. Wow. So it means maybe ulianza kwenda laibu more.
Definitely.
Unnecessary.
Unnecessary. I'm
Yes.
borrowing a book every asubuhi, lunchtime.
Kila saa.
That's interesting. People. These are how people meet. So Joy, you're in the laibu. Are you noticing anything, or had you seen him in class, in campus?
You had seen him, and he had this guitar.
Okay.
So,
You used to carry a guitar.
yes. So I used to be irritated and ask everyone, kwani huyu jamaa alitoka wapi?
Yeah.
Nashidanga na guitar. So whenever we would start class, he would say, let's worship God first. Then I get annoyed.
Oh.
And then I was at my desk and I'm fellow. Uchali alitoka.
Yeah.
Who tells him we have to pray before we start
Yes.
class? See, we are grown-ups. So I would really be irritated.
Yeah.
Anything
Yeah.
anything, salamu, as in everything about him.
Yeah.
And then now coming to the library, At times he doesn't come for anything. He just come and say, I was just coming to say good night. Wow.
Yeah.
And leave the guitar that
Oh.
I hate.
In the library?
Yes.
With you?
Niangalia
Yeah, to
hapa,
pick it in the morning.
nimekaa vizuri, nitachukua asubuhi.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't touch it actually.
Yeah.
No. So it's never used to come to be, no, nothing was coming to me.
Yeah.
No. I'll see a proud person. I mean, kimbelembele. Now, even in class, you'd ask any question
Yeah.
like, nashanga huyu.
Oh, didn't
It's self-explanatory. So why do you have to talk?
Yeah.
Yeah. Na sasa sikuwa naangalia nyuma.
Eh.
You could ask one sitting next to me, Uchali, sisi vitu zinajieleza.
Yes.
Siache kuuliza maswali. Yeah. So, and that
Yeah.
time I was in a relationship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
So, so the more he talks to me,
Oh.
now the more he gets me into trouble.
Yeah.
Whoever I'm dating.
Oh.
Because now.
And whoever you are dating was in campus?
Yes.
Oh.
But we were not in the same year.
Okay.
So I think one day, I don't know whether Philip went and declared his intention to him.
Yes.
Because it was bad. We fought with the guy.
Wow.
It wasn't good.
Okay, not physical.
Yeah,
Yeah,
not
of
physical.
course.
We exchanged quite much.
Oh.
Yeah, because of him.
So he went to tell this guy
Yeah.
that I want to date Joy.
Not even.
Eh.
I didn't go. Maybe he had rumors.
Eh.
Yeah.
Me, I used
Oh,
to-
like
I-
you're interested.
Yes.
You know,
Oh.
I used to make jokes with one of my friends, backbench friends. I used to make a joke when we were walking in campus, and when Joy was with this guy, I used to make jokes. I would be like, "Look at that guy! He's walking with my wife. He's walking with a different, a wrong woman." So I think that those rumors reached him.
Oh, I
and-
became
Yeah,
mad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll get to that. So, that's interesting. I didn't know you see, you had someone
Yeah.
who was with you in a relation. Was it serious or alikuwa tu anabangaiza hapo?
In the beginning, it was. First year, it was truly. But coming to the second, the relationship was 3 years.
Okay.
So coming to the second year, I started seeing here, passing time. So the third year was worse.
Okay.
And I'm the one who just ended it on
Okay.
a text, actually.
Aya.
Gosh.
Yeah.
SMS.
Yeah, 3 a.m.
Kwa
Yeah,
heri.
yeah.
Yes.
So
Yeah,
go
done.
your way, I go my way. Yeah, because why would you be with someone who's not saying anything?
Oh, and it is just rolling.
Exactly.
It's just rolling.
So I'm the one who is saying. So when I say it becomes stepping on you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like you're overriding
Yes,
his side
Yeah,
of things.
Yeah.
So, wow, this is interesting. So you notice her in the library, you notice this irritating, guy, proud guy who
Yeah.
carries a guitar. Would you say, like, so you, according to you, would you say the way you are feeling about him, like that resistance, was it like you liked him, ama you are trying to, because I've had this scenario where a lady doesn't like someone, then you end up together.
Yeah.
So where did that start changing, that irritation, to seeing, hey, okay,
Yeah.
not bad.
To be honest, it was true hate.
Eh,
True hate indeed.
You didn't like him.
Nothing at all.
Eh.
One, because it was a lawyer Luo. Two, now because I would see how this guy is doing to me,
Yeah.
I decided a pastor, never again.
Yes.
And now,
Oh.
yeah. Number 3, there was a child.
Oh,
So really,
you're not seeing.
no, Ajay, I can't. Someone's with a baby.
Yeah.
It can't come.
You wanted the
Yeah,
fresh slate.
exactly. Yeah, so it was true hate. It was real, and I wasn't playing hard to get
Yes.
or like pretending.
Yeah.
No, it was true. I didn't want anything
Yes.
at all. But how God changed my heart.
Yes.
I didn't even fast.
Mm.
I didn't even go to a prayer center.
Yeah.
I just woke up in the morning, 3 a.m., and asked God,
Yeah.
this person who is on me this much,
Yes.
then if he's my husband,
Yes.
let my heart love him.
Oh.
Period.
Oh.
Hiyo asubuhi kwa natafuta namba.
Hata hakuwa na namba.
I didn't have. I asked my friend Faye, do you know this guy, this Philip?
Yeah.
Yes. Do you know where I can get his
Yeah.
number? So Faye got it. So then I called him. Yeah.
Wow.
So yeah. So I don't know what happened to my heart.
to you, yeah. Lizzie, and we're gonna get deeper into this. Jomba, so you are looking at you fell. So when you're going to the library, you've noticed her. You said even this is my wife. So do you are like, because you're not able to take her out, you're not able to walk with her. She doesn't want this story. How is this love of yours growing? How you enduring this resistance? Because most guys at times, una maringo, we kwenda. So how was it growing every day, or am you are feeling like at times wachana?
The truth is, after I heard that whisper, when she came to the classroom, I just decided to probably follow the voice. And that's one of the things that made me to find ways to talk to her and just find a way to maybe get her attention. But in terms of strong emotions and feelings, they were not there. It's just that, you know, when you start seeing someone differently from the way you've seen her, there's something that is drawn to you, and probably her way of life, character, and I was being drawn to her first. I had second. She used to be a person who used to carry herself well, and probably she was engaged in missions, and me, I was someone who used to love going for missions when I was still a youth, and I saw a future with her doing the work of God.
Okay.
But emotions to be
Were not yet.
They started coming later when now she accepted to start going out with me.
Oh, so hold that thought. We'll be back to hear more about this story. So take a break.
Amen.
Welcome back. We're still here talking about how Jomba, you met Joy. So to you, it was kind of, you are seeing her as a potential partner in missions, and this girl is good. And I'm asking you, feelings were there. You say they were coming. They were to be a later event.
Yeah.
So you've noticed Joy, and you know she's gonna be there. Joy, you've also got you into a place where you say, Jomba is gonna be the husband. You just felt like, get the number. So you get the number. Did you call him, or?
I called him and I told him, let's meet now. And
Oh.
he got shocked, like, hi, who is
Yeah.
saying let's meet?
Because you've not been cooperating.
Yeah.
Unakumbuka your phone call?
Yeah. I remember.
How was it to you to hear, let's meet?
Yeah, I just, it was not shocking, it was exciting, but at the same time I was like, whoa, Jesus,
Hey,
finally.
boom.
Yeah, and you know, this happened, this phone call happened after we had graduated. It didn't happen when we were in college.
Oh, you had actually left.
We had
Oh.
left, we'd stayed like almost 4 to 5 years apart.
Oh,
And so that's when we met again. And now Joy had asked me we meet in town to just talk.
and have a conversation.
Eh.
So that guy, between you dumping that guy in a text and this phone call, what's the length of that time?
After now I left the guy, I said I'll give myself a break of 6 years alone.
Her.
Yeah.
And say 6 had lapsed.
Yeah. So the time
Wow.
now, Philip he called me first and he told me, now I'm giving you an ultimatum of 1 month. You pray then, hear God for yourself,
Yes.
like I did,
Yes.
and then give me an answer
Okay.
in 1 month.
Okay.
So that's when I felt.
But that one
Yeah.
had happened after we had gone,
Yeah.
we had met first.
If
Yeah.
the
We
first
met,
call,
we,
yeah.
we met first in town. We had tea together, and then we went to the museum together. Then after that we met after 2 months.
Okay.
We had lunch together. Then
Okay.
it's when now I gave her that.
Yeah.
Ultimately.
This or not.
Yeah.
And by the way, that's something I always hear and come to, that a relationship cannot be, forever.
Yeah.
There must be some sense of something is gonna go to the next level.
Yeah.
So that's where you are. You're
Yeah.
committing,
Yeah.
and you're praying. So you decide now to. You come back to and say, Nisa, no, you come back
Yeah.
and say, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm going to be.
Yes.
I'm okay.
Me, I'm okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, parent, you now start what comes next now after you guys are? Do you start dating or?
Yeah, actually, because of her work, actually because of her nature of work, we used to meet, but not for long, maybe 1 or 2 hours, and that was enough for us because also I was working as a pastor, and we tried as much as possible to grow in that relationship,
Okay.
and I like the way we were able to grow in that relationship because it was not so much about feelings. Feelings are good, but it was about knowing each other.
Yes.
And then now, after knowing each other, we made the decision. Then we started allowing our emotions
To play in.
to play in.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was good.
Nice.
Yeah.
So how long did you date that thing before now wedding? There's a 6 year. There's this 1 month ultimatum.
Yes.
So in place you've now agreed. How long before now you get married? How long was
1
that?
year.
1 year.
Yeah.
Actually, 6 months, 1 year.
6 months, 1 year.
Yeah.
So do you now? Do you decide to tell your parents what was next? Or you set a day. You
Yeah.
decide you get who. What happened?
Me, I thought first I should let my parents know
Uh-huh.
because I'd never taken anyone home.
Okay.
So first I told my mother what
Yes.
I've decided, and she was okay with it.
Okay.
But she first asked me, "Are you serious?"
Mm.
I told her, "Yeah, I am." Then of course she told Dad.
Okay.
So that was it now.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you went told your folk?
Yes, I told my parents about Joy.
Mm.
And even the first day when I went to introduce myself with one of my church members, just one guy, I told my parents, and Joy and the dad welcomed us. They were just actually 4 members of the family there.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was good.
Nice. And you accepted? No, there was no resistance
No.
on both sides?
No.
Ama walikuwa like, hey, oeni.
No.
You know?
No.
Okay, so, Joy, I want you to go back and there's a place you mentioned. One of the things you used to think Jomba has a son,
Yeah.
and you're going to get married. There are many women out there who probably are not married because someone came, the husband or the wife.
Yeah.
However they came with
Yeah.
a child
Yeah.
from their past. How was that for you, that you have to accept this, and how did you process that?
Well, it was the most hard, difficult decision that I made. First, I was wondering, how do I raise someone else's child? What is their mother perspective about it? Yeah, and again, how do I tell my parents
That
that
is
this
already-
man has a son? It was so difficult. But I just sat because also I have the same background. Who has raised me is not my father.
Okay.
So actually, God rebuked me
Yes.
harshly.
Yes.
Even you,
Who are
who's
not-
raised you
yes.
since you're 10,
Yes.
is not your father.
Mm.
So why would you not accept this boy?
Very powerful.
Yeah.
Very powerful.
And from
yeah.
there, I just
Yeah.
said, when I told my parents, they didn't resist. They were very okay. And actually, my dad even told me, so me and you, so who is that boy?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that actually made my heart to
Sorted,
be at
yeah.
peace totally.
And I think, that is something, Pastor Jomba, I think you have
Yeah.
a great, testimony. Me, I
Yeah.
think you guys, your story,
Mm.
it's the reality on the ground that
Yeah.
people are not perfect.
Yeah.
There's a past to all of us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, it's you can easily dismiss someone, and I like your logic that even you were raised by somebody who is not your dad. So, Jomba, how was it for you? Slightly before, when she had that feeling of, hey, you're coming with a son, how was it for you? Because you were very committed in terms of you're not again putting away your son from the picture. Until now, ni sisi. that boy is gonna be around. So when you're talking to her and that time when she was processing this, what were you thinking?
To be honest, actually, maybe let me be honest.
Yes.
Probably she's the one who was going through that because I personally, when I was when we were in college, I used sometimes I would come with my son to school, so he knew that I had a son, and even when we were dating, already she knew. We never talked too much about him, but I was able to communicate how I'm raising him and how probably we are coping with my mother's son. So I never had so much difficulties, but I know actually from her side probably she might have been having those challenges.
Yes.
Yeah.
And,
yeah.
and now this comes to pass, you guys accept each other.
Yes.
So let's move on. Did you do some now this premarital counseling, or rather, how did you go about it?
Yeah, we went through premarital counseling, which was good by one of our pastors, Reverend Walter Ngweso. And let me say, for me, maybe I don't know about her, but for me, it went well.
Okay.
And even she can agree that Reverend Walter was very real with us about marriage,
Yes.
even issues to do with me coming with a son in
Yes.
marriage.
Yes.
It was real about us being from different tribes, how culture can either make the marriage better or split,
Break it.
break. So I think for me, we went for almost 1 year, 1 year or 6 months, 1 year, 1 year.
Oh, a whole year you are going through this process.
But it was not like the whole,
Yeah, days here, there,
yeah,
yeah.
like maybe twice a month.
Yeah.
Mm.
So, Joy, I want to ask you, when you look back at that, because you're about to now land in the real marriage, you walk down the aisle. This is which year? 20? 2024. So your marriage was
2019.
2019. It's in the August.
Yeah.
So you walk down the aisle, August. You go through your phase of settling down. Would you say, now you're looking at someone has been talking to you about marriage for 1 year, days here, days there, but now you're married. Do you find some challenges begin to show up? What kind of a path did you pass? Are you the couple who started with excitement and joy and everything was, and then shidas kakuja later? Or are you the guys who started with shida first? You know, what they say, ripa bere akura. So your marriage starts smooth, honeymoon is smooth, or are you getting challenges in the beginning?
Well, ours started rocky. Issues proper.
Yes.
Yeah,
And imagine
excitement.
you're from counseling,
Yes, yeah.
So what is this? What starts?
So our issues, gosh, they were really like every day. There's no day. Mainly was communication.
Oh, okay.
You know, the fact that I would come from far to work, so I'm not saying nimefika ama what time I'm leaving work, and I find I missed call, I don't call back. I was in a meeting, I didn't alert, I will not pick a phone. Your phone call, I've been in a meeting, I'm traveling for work, I didn't say in advance. Hey, where? You're coming late.
Yes.
Yeah, there were real issues. And yeah.
Because again, your job was very tight.
And so demanding.
Very demanding.
Very.
And here is a husband.
Yes.
We'll come back to that. Jomba, how you feeling? You have a wife now, finally. But she's like, it was disappearing messages. Imefunguliwa.
Yeah.
So she's, you're trying to want a wife in the house, but he's fighting. How are you feeling? And now that you are married, are you feeling like, hey, what have I gotten into?
Yeah, those challenges were real because leaving home early, coming home late. Then where she was working, there was a problem with network.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes the phone will be, sometimes silent.
Mm.
So, like any other man, you just want to know how your wife is doing during the day, and probably if she's safe coming back home. So those were some of the challenges. And of course, coming home late, she's tired. You can't have time together. So, yeah, it becomes now a reality. And then we were every time sitting down trying to figure out, because you can't even go out. Have tea together. She's tired. Even going out with her, even when she comes from work, is another disadvantage, because you come even home late together.
Yes.
So it was something that we went through for almost 6 to 7 months,
Okay.
trying to figure it out before
Okay.
we came up with a solution. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And now from your side, are you feeling you are letting down your husband because you want both to work?
Yeah.
The work to work, the home to work. But it seems like one is losing.
Yeah.
So would you probably sit in these meetings which he's talking about, and you are talking about, and again tomorrow it repeats itself.
Yeah.
So how was that?
Well, at time I would feel like Philip doesn't understand that I'm not doing it intentionally. It's just the nature of the work. I can't control it. My hands are tied to it. And the answer I would give him is, unielewi. Hauelewi. That's what actually I'll tell him, you don't know what I'm going through the whole day. Those people I'm handling, the traffic, men harass me on the way. Watu wameninyang'anya fare, nimenyeshewa, nimekimbizana na wanaume. So I'll tell him, really, me, I see you're not understanding. And really, this one,
Yes.
hata uelewi the
Yes.
type of work it is.
Yes.
And there's even a day I told him, I wish you come or put cameras. You see, when I forget to eat. How I run up and down.
Wow.
From morning till
Yeah.
5.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
And this plagues a lot of couples because
Yeah.
you're a pastor, you also have a job you're doing. Was he also busy? Because you are very
Yes,
busy.
yes.
But now pia pastors are like kila mtu anamtaka, and he's a youth pastor.
Yeah.
So were you feeling like he's also absent, ama you'd find him home waiting for you?
No, sometimes he would wait for me at the stage.
Or and then you go home.
But there's a point I felt like hata yeye, kila mtu sasa na yake.
Yeah. Kila mtu kiumane.
Tukutane. Tusikutane.
Yeah.
So everyone
Yeah.
with their own
Yeah.
now. And you'd even tell me Pia Joy, if I tell you my schedules, if I tell you what I have on my hands,
Yes.
really it is quite
Yes.
much.
Yes.
So I tend to think he got to a place, hata yeye sasa kila mtu ashike
Yes.
kazi yake.
Yes.
And that's where now, wow. It rings
Yeah.
now hapa. It's not
It's
for
going to
work.
crack.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And Percy, you are, this is the hardest thing about pastors. Man, you are there telling these young guys, teens, you are telling them about God. But are you seeing that home, I'm not happy? There's a challenge there. And this is your heart. It's where your heart is. So kuna huduma, but ukifika nyumbani, are you, at times maybe when you're walking towards home, you're thinking of, this is the challenge I'm going to face, more than the joy. And, so how was it for you those days and nights that you had to go home and feel like, hey, this is not working?
Yeah, it was difficult because we both needed to work, to save, to try and manage the affairs of the home. But you see, you just keep on praying, because we never stop praying together, despite of all these challenges. Every morning we always pray together. So I'd made up in my mind that since I got into this marriage, praying should never stop because of challenges. And even if sometimes we don't find a solution, somehow along the path God will give us. But it was difficult because now, most people when they get married, they want to enjoy their marriage.
Yes.
But now we are both serving and whatever we are doing is very important in the kingdom, and it's helping many young people. But at the same time, we are not finding ourselves to spend time together. So it was difficult, but like they say, where there's a will, there's a way. So we kept on just pushing with those challenges,
Yes.
and God somehow
It brought you out.
yeah.
So we're also going to touch, you get a baby, you know, in the midst of all this, your baby is born. And what are the dynamics now that you're so busy? You are also busy. You're meeting in the house. Imeongeza sasa mtoto. You know that concussion.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, when we are back, okay, let's take a break. Welcome back to Coffee with Charles. I'm still talking to Pastor Jomba and the wife Joy. And we were talking before, the break, that here comes now, in the midst of everything, comes a child.
Yeah.
Okay? Hezekiah was born.
Yes.
This is which year now? You guys got married 2009. Hezekiah is born which year?
2020.
2020. Yeah.
2020,
Yeah.
July. Hey, my COVID season.
Yes,
Okay?
yes, yes.
So, how is it raising now a child? There is marriage,
Yeah.
there is a child, and then there is, in fact, and the other one, the son is still there. So, by the way, were you living with the other son or?
No. My son has been coming to visit,
Okay,
but our home is welcome for him to come.
okay,
But we agreed when he is ready to come and stay with us,
Okay.
we will welcome him.
Okay.
But as for now, he's still with the mother. Yeah.
okay. So, you can imagine Jomba, she's been tired, she's locked in this job. Fine, they give you a maternity leave. Of how long, like that job? How long was it that you are given off?
3 months, but now since it was COVID, we were
Oh,
allowed to work from
home. Ah,
So
nice.
I worked from home from when I was 4 months pregnant till now, when now the leave now would start
Okay,
for
okay,
the 3 months.
okay.
Yeah.
Which is good, your time.
Yes, yes.
So, how are you feeling that? Is it another way now you're trying to balance a marriage, a baby, priorities? Unasikiaje?
For me, actually, somehow COVID worked for us.
Okay.
Because my wife was working from home. We were spending more time together.
Yes.
And even after the baby was born, spending those 3 months together.
Okay.
Yeah, the only challenge was to just maybe adjust now how do we raise a child together. That was the main challenge. How do we share the responsibility of raising a child together? But for me, I felt like somehow God came through that, because it was the beginning of us
Yes.
being at least
Yes.
together for after a very long time of 1 year and a half almost.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Of this up, down,
Cycle,
yes,
yeah.
cycles.
Yeah.
So, Joy, are you finding it like now? You guys have been through this rough patch. Now you have a baby. By the way, funny enough, couples are usually like that. You listen to their story. There's these challenges they're going, but babies have been born.
Yeah.
So life tu inaendelea. So were you feeling overwhelmed? Is it helpful, or you are feeling again? Yeah, you have a break from work, but now there's a baby at home. Are you feeling like this is what you wanted, or did you go through any challenge with the baby?
Well, actually, I find Hezekiah, he came to solve a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
He came as an answer.
Because every time now I'd come tired.
Yes.
And I see Hezekiah,
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yes.
I feel like now I'm recharged.
Okay.
It's like now I'm now on a night shift now
Okay.
here.
Okay.
So really, I didn't go through so much difficulties, but now Jomba now akakuwa busy sasa yeye.
Yes.
So now him namwambia nishikie kidogo nipike. Dakika 2 amesinzia. Amesinzia na mtoto.
Kuchoka.
Amechoka. So now it shifted now.
Yeah.
Mine's I know how to do both now.
Yeah.
Work and Hezekiah.
Yes.
But now him, kama sasa he got more busier, he
Yes.
did. So akifika nyumbani,
Yes.
the moment now you want to do, mwambie nishikie kidogo, I do 1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
He
You
just
continue.
goes indeed kabisa. And then tomorrow, but now he
Yeah.
will stay with Ezekiah in the morning.
Okay.
Because I would leave early
Okay.
and wait for the nanny.
Oh,
So me, I jangled.
okay.
Yeah, I jangled.
So this nanny is staying with day scholar or living?
Yeah,
No.
day scholar.
So she comes and goes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, Jomba, at times when women, like now, she mentioned something, for women it's exciting, energetic to get this baby who is, a baby in the sense is needful of the mother, because this is breastfeeding, nurturing, a lot of things are focused on them. And then the mother is rewarded because the baby is, needs the mother. There is some attention. She's been energy. But sasa wewe, you see, it's another world. This baby is not suckling you.
Yeah.
This baby is just not talking to you. They are not doing man-to-man. He's a boy, but you're not doing this man-to-man. Did you find yourself like isolated? Like now there's like a new, she's okay now. But you, ni ulale ama TV, you know, how are you feeling about it?
Yeah, definitely. I felt like left out kiasi, but somehow I just had to. It had to be that way because you can't take away a child from the mother. So it was a bit difficult because of we are coming out from, you know, the cycle of you coming late,
Yes.
and then the
Yes.
baby comes in, and then now the attention shifts. And then the time that you thought that you spend with your wife, the baby is always with the child. So it took a while, but you know, like an adult, you can't find attention with the baby. So I just had to allow it to be that way.
Yes.
And through counseling also with our best couples, you know, it really helped a lot.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's good. So, if you took, now as we come to a conclusion, if you looked back, those library days, you carrying the guitar, if you look back and where you are today, what would you have done different? Because this is life. That's a path it took. You know, you are challenged and then now you are here. Baby born, raised, you are, now should be like, what? 4 years, in
Yeah, yeah.
So if you look back, because couples at times are, if I knew this was the route, would I have gone? How is it for you? Like, what would you have done different?
I don't know.
I'd say in our dating time,
Yes.
we'd have more time,
More,
quality time.
more quality time.
Yeah, because now some of the things that I really assumed on that time,
Yeah, kwa marriage.
niliziona,
Yeah.
But and I tend to think because of the work state, how it was busy, and I'm on schedule, like let's meet for 2 hours or 3 hours, I go back to work. There wasn't so much time we had together, really so much, like a whole day together.
Yes.
Really there wasn't
Much of that.
Yeah. And number 2, I think it's to just like concentrate on us and live on like work and live on how this is taking this and just concentrate on, it is there, we need it, but it is us, we have it.
So you because if you are not us, the rest of the thing crumble.
True.
Yeah.
It's true.
So Jomba, looking back, because she said, I wish you had spent more time dating and gelling. And really, what's yours? What do you look back?
Yeah, I've told her this, and I'm saying it again. Probably she could have just, gave in early. We get married early, have children
Yes.
early.
Yes.
But you see,
It have saved this
it could have saved 6 years.
Yes.
Yeah, and also probably if we could have started dating when in college, like she said, we could have spent more time together. And then also be able to get into marriage knowing that knows my weakness well, my strengths well, I know her weakness well and strength well. But to some reason, our formula might not be someone else's formula.
Formula, yeah.
Yeah, because by the virtue that we were in college, one of our lecturers actually told us when we were doing a course in family marriage, told us that feelings are good, emotions are good, but you cannot rely on them to get married. He says you can even love or like someone's character, and by spending time together, feelings will come.
Will come, yeah.
So for me, I thank God that I never rushed to marry my wife because of feelings. And even if we never dated for a long time, there are some things I observed in her life that I knew that in future, as we work through our marriage could be one of the best marriages.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now, 2024, this February, my thinking is, so now, Joy, you are out of that cycle of work. You are restructuring your life. You are looking at a new thing. How has it been for both of you? That one part of what was really, holding you back is out of the way. Are you spending more time? Are you happier? Are you feeling that was the right decision?
It's like I got married.
Yes.
Last month.
Like you go now married.
I
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
Ever since I quit,
Yes.
it's like tulioana
Again.
last month.
Yes.
I see Philip like,
Yes.
that side of you,
Yes.
it had never come to me.
Yeah.
Because when you're tired, you're fatigued,
Yes.
Saturday you want to sleep more,
Yes.
you don't see this
Yes.
person.
Yes.
But now this time, kichwa iko fresh. Hata ni mimi namuzanga, mbona leo una story?
Now the time is too much.
Yeah, it's too much. Yeah, we're having good time.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very nice. Jomba, how do you feel now that now you have the wife at home?
Yeah, it is actually a blessing. And I thank God that we both decided for it to go that way.
Okay.
It was not like she made the decision. We sat down, we made the decision to just say that, can we prioritize our marriage first? And then we just let God move. And it's good that as much as now I'm the one working and providing for the family, as my wife continue waiting on God, we are enjoying our time together. And the advantage is even we can go out with the baby to eat together.
Yes.
Which is an advantage. Another thing is we are home sharing responsibilities. I can sometimes cook, or she can allow me sometimes to cook. Again is we can talk about almost everything in the house. And you see, and when she comes to visit in my office, we get to talk more. And when I'm not in my office, sometimes she steps in to help even in counseling and doing other things.
Yes.
So I feel like our marriage is flowing well, we are gelling, and our ministry actually is going to the right path.
Very good.
And it's not because of what she was doing was bad.
Yes.
It's just because it was accumulating a lot of time, and we are both ministers. So we don't find time together.
Yeah. So what I'm getting here is that, especially for your marriage, is there was that challenge of time. When you are dating, there was that challenge of meeting because of the schedules and work. And kind of you got married, that still went on. And finally you come to a place where actually you are able to gel, able to work on your marriage, because you're now focused on that marriage.
Yeah.
And there is time.
Yeah.
And I think that's what comes out. This thing requires time.
Yeah.
There are couples who are flying. There's a story I had, like a child is in school and they're trying to get the father. The father is a pilot. The mother, I think, is also one of those air hostess. So these people are out of the country and there's a crisis at home. That child is always left with a nanny. The nanny has gone. His neighbors now are looking for you. You're in Peine, Tokyo or whatever, Dubai.
Yeah.
Another one is in England or, UK. So it gets to a place where somebody says, was this it?
Yeah.
And sacrifices have to be made.
Yeah.
And when you sit down, agree and talk.
Yes.
And even as we start with our first story, that couple needs to sit down, sort their problems,
Yeah.
and lift the love. Because I see this love is back.
Amen.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
is, it is.
Yeah, and I'm happy for you guys.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you, Pastor Jomba, for coming and Joy. And even, both of you are ministers, you're both trained as theologians. This is a couple that you guys are going to do very well now
Yeah,
that
thank
you have the time. And may God give you that purpose.
Amen.
Pamoja.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So thank you for watching. We will be back with more of this counseling and more of you hearing couples. You've heard from their mouth what is going on and the realities of marriage if you are planning to get married. So we stop there. If you have a question, as usual, look at that number and send a WhatsApp message to that number, and so that you can get an answer in our next episode. But also you can like the channel, subscribe, and hit that button, notification bell, so that whenever this content is out, you get it. So from me, Charles, thank you, and God bless you. This has been Coffee with Charles. Good night.